riders or not, today I'm riding Harley Davidson NIGHTSTER, the newest model from Harley Davidson at Sykes Harley Davidson. What I found out so far about the NIGHTSTER, it's like a new version of my Harley Davidson Sportster Iron. They call it a baby Sportster. The baby because the engine power is not that aggressive and it's a lot easier to handle. Also, this bike is very light. And this is not a tank. Just waiting for Elliot from Sykes Harley Davidson now to take me through the controls, to take me through the bike, the engine, and all the bits that I need to know, and probably you guys want to know about the NIGHTSTER. Hi, Elliot. How are you today?
I am very well.
It's an exciting day, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Did you got the mic on and everything? Yeah. Oh, nice. Look, very
like
smart.
Super tidy. It's
Super
almost like I'm not
tidy.
wearing a microphone. So, the all-new NIGHTSTER.
The all-new NIGHTSTER. So I tell me if I'm mistaken. You called it a baby Sportster. This is like an Iron 83 that I have.
Yeah, so...
Just a new version, of course.
Pretty much,
different.
yeah. So we've got the Revolution Max engine in this, 975 version. You see the 1250 version on the Sportster S and the Pan America. So the 975 is like a toned down version effectively. That's not to say there's any less power in this bike. The idea being that because it's lower power, it's lower weight, it's more accessible to people wanting to say get into Harley Davidson as a whole. In road mode, it's not too bad. Like it's not, tons of grunt the whole way through. It's not going to buck you off the bike. Low center of gravity as well, so it's quite a manageable frame as a whole. 975 as well, it's A2 license compliant as well, so it means that people moving their way up through bikes, it's a little bit more accessibility to the Harley Davidson range. You've got power where you need it, it's a great looking bike. We've got different parts of Sportsters in there. We've got little bits of kind of irons in here as well. You can kind of see a lot of different influences from Harley throughout the years, all together in one quite beautiful looking bike.
That's a Sportster.
That's a classic 48, yeah.
So that is how the Harley sounds. And that's what I'm worried mostly about. Will Harley, introducing Revolution Max engine, will lose what Harley Davidson is about?
So I think the idea with the Revolution Max is it's a different riding style compared to your Milwaukee Twin. The standard Milwaukee Twin is a lot of grunt at the bottom end. Most people that know Harleys will know it's just all grunt down the bottom, like that 48 you just heard pulling away. But he's going to get midway through his range, he's going to lose a lot of that torque, he's going to have to go up through the gears again. Whereas this, we get power the entire way through the range. That is the difference with the Revolution Max engine, is that it literally is a revolution for the Milwaukee V-Twin. Different power delivery, we've got lower center of gravity. It's a very different riding style compared to your more traditional Harleys, but this really is a Harley with a bit more, modern twist to it, I guess.
So it does have a feeling of a Harley.
Yeah, ultimately it's the riding experience, which I think is a lot of part of the Harley. The sound, yes, comes a lot with it as well, but it's, it's freedom for the soul is Harley's sort of mantra. And I think that's kind of what it's all about. Ultimately, you're creating accessibility for people that want to get into Harleys without having to go right up to a Sportster 48 or anything like that. But you still get a lot of fun out of this thing as well.
this brought me mixed feelings. Part of me was excited about this all-new Harley experience. The other side was searching for the similarities to my bike. The Nightster no doubt delivers a way no previous Sportster can. But unlike with my Sportster, it is hard to form an emotional bond with a new 60-degree Revolution Max sound and feeling. Riding a Nightster makes my 2016 Iron feel even more like a bus. At 4,000 RPMs, the engine hums in a perfect balance. The twist of a throttle is met with a smooth but immediate acceleration. The new engine likes to be revved with the power located high up the rev range.
I love my Sportster a lot, but I do accept that even Harley Davidson has to change. Literally guys, country lanes, third gear, a lot more forgiving bike for a new rider, for somebody who's coming back to riding and wants to ride a Harley Davidson. I never believed I will say this, but this is a better starter model than the old air-cooled Sportster that I have. The reason for that is it is a lot more forgiving. It is more adopted for a modern roads and modern road users and all the idiots on the road. Another reason why it is perfect beginner Harley Davidson is because of its size. I'm 175 centimeters, 5'9" tall, and as you can see, the bike is actually very small, especially for a Harley. This is the smallest Harley I ever rode. The riding position is mid-controls. However, because it's a light bike and the throttle is very responsive, it does feel a little bit like naked. And what I'm missing, when I'm riding naked, I can hug the tank and my legs are slightly more back. So ideal position for me would be somewhere here probably, because then I could feel the cap. It's not a tank. Anyway, I could feel the place where a tank supposed to be with my knees, whereas now I don't. I sit very relaxed, and probably I would need to ride a little bit more than just a couple hours today to get used to that. So easy to find neutral. Always a treat.
heart of the Nightster is the Revolution Max 975T engine, based around 1250 engine found in the Pan America and the Sportster S. But it is not just a smaller version. Where the 1250 features variable valve timing in both cams, the 975T only has it on the intake. This engine character is definitely more typical of a sports bike than a cruiser. It doesn't hit the limiter until over 9,500 RPMs. It delivers 90 horsepower and 70 pound-feet torque, but not as immediate as an air-cooled V-twins. Not as immediate as I'm used to. In making a new Harley Davidson sports family member more modern, the Nightster gets ABS and traction control, as well as drag, torque, slip control, and 3 power modes. Rain mode throttle response had a lag to up to 50% of the throttle. I didn't like it. I thought that the sports mode I'll enjoy the most, but it was very twitchy and required very precise control that I had no time or patience on a narrow, unknown country lanes. So I spent most of my time riding in the road mode. Brakes definitely improved comparing with an old Sportster. Thank you, Harley Davidson, for that. But still somewhere halfway towards the typical naked motorcycle.
The Nightster. It's a perfect beginner Harley. I haven't rode a better Harley suitable for somebody who wants to start riding or who wants to come back to riding. This is the most forgiving and the easiest Harley to ride. Country lanes here, 30 to 60 miles, third gear all the way. I tried fourth, absolutely unnecessary, didn't even switch to fifth because I didn't go faster than 65 miles per hour on the country lanes, which is a speed limit anyway. It's obviously not a touring bike, but I can't see why somebody can't go and do some touring with it. As for me, would I like it in my garage? Yes, I would love to. Not instead of my Sportster, definitely not. But as well as my Sportster. Most probably I would like something more powerful and more challenging like Sportster S. I haven't tried Sportster S and looking forward to it. This is probably as much as I can say after having it a little bit longer than the normal test ride time. If you're considering to get it, go test ride one. The least could happen. You will have fun. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.
My hair is terrible. Greetings! Greetings from where are we? Eastbourne. In a very wet day.